Guys, kindly give me a short, some few seconds. Hi guys on YouTube. This is Josephine Greatness. Today, the topic for discussion is how to apply for a UK visit visa, and I'm joined here with me, a coach, somebody who is doped in applying for, visit visa to the UK, especially those of you who are in the process of coming over to the UK to write your NMC Top 2021 OSCE exam. So please stay tuned. If you just joined in, you are welcome. Great. So you can make use of the UNICAF scholarships, dear. You can make use of the UNICAF scholarship. Stels, you're welcome. I can see you in the guest seat. Guys, I'm here with Stels. Let me quickly change the settings so you are switch. Great. Stels, thanks so much for your time. Thanks so much for your time. How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
We and I'm also grateful for sharing your time with us, Stels. So today, guys, as I've mentioned already, Stels is here with me to, discuss step by step guide how you can apply for your UK visit visa to come over to write your OSCE exam. But then, Stels, I've been saying that even if the same visit visa people need to write their OSCE exam is kind of the same visit visa anybody who wants to visit the UK is going to apply for. So if you are not, the purpose for you coming onto this live session is not because of the OSCE exam, but you want to get nuggets, you want to get tips how to apply for your visit visa. This live session is, I recommend it to you. So please stay tuned. Stay tuned. So Stels, I'm sure you are
Yes,
ready.
yes, I am.
Wonderful. Wonderful. So guys, Stels is also on. Stels, can you please introduce yourself to my viewers to start with?
Okay, so my name is Stella. I am a midwife, just like you also. And I also went through this route. I traveled to the UK to on self-sponsorship, actually, to take the OSCE exam
You did.
myself. Yes.
Amazing.
So I know how challenging it was for me to go on that journey, and I have decided to help people, help people so that the journey would be stress free for them. Because when you don't have enough, in fact, even if there are information, there are still some things that you will think you know, but when you're actually faced with those situations, you know that it's not easy. So it is best when you have somebody who actually knows their onion, somebody who has gone through that route, somebody who understands the struggle to actually help you, you know. And most of us traveling to the UK to take the OSCE exam, we've mostly not left the shores of our country before. We're mostly first time travelers. And yes, securing a UK visit visa is no play. There are technicalities involved. There are certain things you have to put in place to increase your chances of securing a visa. It is better you go with somebody who knows what it entails than doing it blindly and getting refused.
Amazing.
So yeah, that is why I came up with OASIS Travels, where we help nurses and midwives who want to travel to the UK for the self-sponsorship or the main purpose of taking the OSCE exam. We help them, we guide them to increase their chances of securing a UK visit visa for the exam purposes.
Okay, so can you give us a brief, take on a brief introduction about is it a company?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
OSCE Travels it's a company.
Okay, give us a brief summary about where you are, what you do, I'm sure you've mentioned a little bit about um, what you guys do, right? But give us a little bit more, in depth. What When you started, your success rates, and all of that, if you can.
Okay. So we are based in Nigeria, and to the glory of God, the company took off last year, and we've successfully helped quite a number of nurses and midwives secure a visit visa to take their OSCE exams. Of course, it comes at a price, and it is very, very much affordable for everyone. That's one thing I ensured, like, because I know the financial struggles attached to these things. So many people are struggling financially, but then when I made sure to make it, affordable, so that people will be able to afford it. And yes, so far we've been able to help lots of people, get their visit visas, take their OSCE exams, and continue their journey as UK nurses and midwives.
Wonderful. So, what was your journey like from applying for the OSCE to arriving in the UK? Are you currently practicing in the UK?
No, not yet. I'm not currently practicing in the UK as of this moment.
Okay, so how was your journey? Because you mentioned initially that you have gone through the process of applying for your visit visa, coming over to, and then you've written your OSCE and all of that. Give us how your journey was like.
Oh, dear. The process
Thank you,
of
Nana.
applying for the visa wasn't smooth because I did. I'm as a first-time traveler. I had never left the shores of Nigeria before. Okay. I did not know anything about applying for any visa to anywhere in the world. I was just going from page to page asking, and at the end of the day, the first one I did got refused. That was when I knew I needed professional help. Okay. I knew I could not do this on my own and go and get refused again. Because someone told me that if you get refused twice, you have to work extra hard to make sure that the third time you get it. So I then said to myself, why do I have to go through all these hurdles when I could have just gone through, somebody that knows about this thing the first time? Why not just do it right the first time and get it right the first time? So that journey for me wasn't smooth. Eventually, I had to go seek for professional help, and the rest they say is history. I was able to now secure the visa, and then I traveled for my exam. I wrote my exam at Northampton. It was a smooth process.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. And you've passed the exam, right?
Yes, I have.
Yeah. Congratulations on that. So this session is focusing on how to apply for the UK visit visa. But then you and I know that the main reason for this session, people are going to be applying for the visit visa to come over to write their OSCE exam, right? As nurses, midwives, or nursing associates. So let's talk a little bit about the OSCE exam in summary before we zoom into the tips how to apply for the visit visa. So, why do some international nurses or midwives travel to UK on a visit visa just to write the OSCE and not on a skilled worker visa? Because somebody may be watching us. You are not late, Nana. You are not late. We literally started about 17 minutes ago. All right. So you are on time. So, previously, some few years ago, you mentioned this the self-sponsorship route. It wasn't only the self-sponsorship route. There was another route where you could get sponsored and you don't need a visit visa to come into the country to write the OSCE exam. People could literally come in, as to reside and then to work in the UK. So why are people coming over on visit visa to write the OSCE exam?
Okay, so before now, trusts were NHS trusts. They were employing people directly from their country. Over the years, we have seen that that process drastically reduced.
Yeah.
So most people now travel on their own to the UK to take the OSCE exam on their own, preparing themselves to take the OSCE exam in order to finalize their NMC registration. Yes, and to do that, to travel to the UK for the OSCE exam purposes, the visa category you need is the visit visa, is the standard visitor visa. Okay? And so that is the reason why nurses are going on their own, and that's the visa they need to take that exam to get entrance into the country.
Wonderful. So I will say that to be honest, I don't know of any NHS trust that is sponsoring people from their home country to come over to write their OSCE as we speak now. I stand to be corrected if there is any NHS trust doing it now. So for now, as it stands now, if you want to come over to the UK to write your OSCE, or you are in the process of getting your NMC UK PIN, then it is a self-sponsorship route. And when we say the self-sponsorship route, that is you applying for your visa yourself, paying for your OSCE yourself, flying yourself over to the UK, funded by yourself to write the exam. And so you definitely need a visit visa to come over. Guys, I'll put a disclaimer out here that myself and my guest, we are not immigration advisors. We are here sharing information based on personal experience plus information that we have read. If you need immigration advice, then you should get a professional immigration advisor. Thank you. Great. Now let's go back into our questions for today. So, are there specific testing centers or cities in the UK where the OSCE is conducted? Still, you wrote yours in Northampton, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you mention some of the other test centers available in the UK for the OSCE exam?
Yes, there are five centers. There's the Oxford, there's Ulster, there's Northumbria, there's Northampton, and there's Leeds.
Leeds. Amazing. And I would add on that with the OSCE exam, you can only write it in the UK. So if you want to get your NMC UK PIN, then definitely you will be on your way to UK to write the exam. All right. Kindly give me a second. Let me turn off this. Yeah. So you definitely the centers are all located in the United Kingdom and nowhere else. Great. So my next question to you, Stills, is what type of UK visa is required to travel to the UK to write the OSCE?
Yes, the standard visitor visa is required.
Okay. And kindly bear with me. Great. So can you walk us through the process of applying for the standard visitor visa for this purpose?
The truth of the matter is that securing a standard visitor visa is not easy.
Okay.
And that's because everybody's circumstance is different.
Okay.
What works for A might not work for B. So it is not that straightforward. Yes, it's not straightforward. So what we do at OASIS Travels, before we start the process, we'll have a consultation with the applicants. We get to understand them and understand their circumstances, so we know the best approach to apply for the visa.
Okay.
And the application process starts months before.
Okay.
For course, the preparation starts months before the application itself.
Okay.
Yes, because we have to prepare certain documents. We have to make sure that your bank account statement is, well prepared to increase your chances of a successful application.
Okay, so when you say the application process, you guys started months before. Roughly, how many months do you start the process, the application process?
Yes, like I said, it is not the same for everyone. During the consultation, once we get to understand your circumstances, if you have a very good, bank statement ready and all of that, you might not need to wait for that 3 months or whatever to prepare your bank statement. But if not, then we have to make sure that your bank statement is well prepared. Other documents are also ready. So that might take about 3 months. Minimum.
3 months.
Yes.
Okay, so when you say 3 months, 3 months in terms of preparing pre-application process and not okay.
Pre-application process.
Okay, and during that 3 months, you've mentioned you need your documents. You need to prepare some documents, and the bank statements, the applicant's bank statement, right?
Yes.
So apart from these two, what else goes into this 3 months pre-application process?
Mostly, it's just the bank statement that takes that long, that makes it, that makes us wait for that 3 months to make sure that you have a solid bank statement to present for your application. However, if you have a good bank statement on ground, you do not need to wait for that 3 months. If your bank statement is, prime and proper, we can just, gather other documents and go ahead with your application in no time. You do not have to wait. But if not, then you have to put everything together. It will take like 3 months at least, because we have to submit a 3-month bank statement. So that 3 months is just for us to put your bank statement in order for the application. Okay.
So what documents should an applicant prepare to support their visa application?
Honestly, there's a long list of documents depending on the applicant's situation. Some people are single, some people are married. There are different documents to present. I cannot begin to list all here now. There is a group on Telegram.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So if you join and then you decide to work with us, we send you a list of all documents you need to apply for the visa.
Yeah. Okay, but can you mention a few of them?
Yes, there's the international passport, of course. There's your nursing degree or your your nursing certificate or your midwifery certificate. There is a letter from your employer that if you are working, like I said, everybody's circumstance is different. So people are working, some people are not working. If you're married, we need your marriage certificate, your bank statement. We need information about your accommodation, where you are going to stay in the UK. You need to get wherever you are staying. If it's an Airbnb, you need to present the reservations. If you are staying with somebody, a friend or family member, whoever, you have to present that person's tenancy agreement, utility bills, and so on. The list goes on. It's a lot. Okay.
So the tenancy agreement, for example, if you are coming to live with a family member in the UK, their tenancy agreement and not the applicant's.
No. Yes, the family members' tenancy agreement, their utility bills, and also an invitation letter from them. Yeah.
Okay. So now, come again.
I said, and other documents as well.
Wonderful. So when we talk about the invitation letter, can you please pinpoint some points in the invitation letter, things that need to appear in that invitation letter?
So in the invitation letter,
Mm-hmm.
the person inviting you over, and that is the person providing you accommodation during your stay in the UK, needs to write. The person needs to state clearly their identity, what they do in the UK, where they live, where they work, and who they are to you, and also what you do back in your home country, because the entry clearance officer needs to be sure that you would leave the UK after your exam.
After the exam, okay.
Yes, they need you. You have to prove to them beyond reasonable doubt that you are not going to overstay your visa. So the person inviting you would need to state clearly, oh, she's coming over for so exam on so she'll be in the UK for so period. I will be accommodating her. And they also need to state what they are providing for you. If they're going to be providing you feeding alongside accommodation, they need to state it. If it's just accommodation, they need to state it in the letter. And also, they would also need to state clearly that you would not be breaking the law. You would go back after your exam. Yeah, that's just pretty much it. And also their contact details, and that's all.
Okay. So is that part of so if let's say somebody is coming to you to help them, coach them through the application process, do you review the invitation letters as well?
Yes, we do. Okay. We review the invitation letters. There are lots of letters we review, because most people traveling to the UK themselves, let me say, they do not have the money there for themselves. Like, they have people sponsoring them for the exam, which is for the trip, rather. They have someone sponsoring them for the trip, which is acceptable. But then the sponsor needs to provide certain documents. We need to prove their relationship. And there's also a sponsorship letter. We review that as well. The invitation letter, we review that.
So hold on. The letter is not just one. It's an invitation letter and then the sponsorship letter too.
Yes. That's if you have a sponsor paying for your flight, maybe whoever is paying needs to write a letter and also provide other documents as well to state that, I will be sponsoring so and person. She's so, or he or she is this to me, either my brother, cousin, niece, nephew, whatever. We review those. Review the sponsorship letter from your sponsor. We review letter from your what's it called now? We review letter from the person accommodating you. That's the invitation letter. We review the employment letter. That is, if you are employed, we review that. And then we also guide you through how to prepare your bank statements.
How to prepare the bank
for the application as well. We do all of that and more.
Okay. So let's say, for example, somebody is coming over to write their OSCE exam, yeah? But they are sponsoring themselves. They still need the invitation letter, but then they may not need the sponsorship letter if they are sponsoring themselves.
If they have the money, if they have the money and they do not need anybody to provide the money from them, of course, they don't need letter from any sponsor. No, they just need invitation letter. That's if somebody is going to be accommodating them. But if they are going to be staying in an Airbnb, they need to provide proof of accommodation. Yes, they need to provide that they have a reservation in a particular Airbnb.
Okay, wonderful. I'm sure we will come more into that side. So, how important is the invitation letter in this whole visit visa application?
It is very important. It is very, very important.
So it's a mandatory letter?
Yes, it is very important. Every document is important. That's not the only important document. Every single document pertaining to your circumstances is important, because you need to prove to the entry clearance officer that you are going to the UK for the sole purpose of writing that exam, and that you have ties back home, and you are going to go back after your exam. And even though, you also have to show them that you have an accommodation, you have where to stay once you land in the UK. That's where the invitation letter comes in, or the Airbnb reservation or hotel reservation, whichever you choose to go with.
The reason why I asked how important the invitation letter is, for example, somebody may want to come over to write their OSCE, but they have nobody in the UK. Does that mean that they can't come over? Because
they can come. They can come. In that case, that means they are going to be making a hotel reservation or an Airbnb reservation. So in that case, they don't need an invitation letter.
Exactly.
They only need to show that, okay, they have a reservation in this also hotel. They need to attach those reservations to their application.
Yeah. And Praise Lee is saying, so if the person accommodating you still wants to sponsor, do they still need sponsorship letter?
Of course, they need to state what they are doing for you. Yes, they need that letter from them.
Definitely.
They need to state clearly that they will be the one paying for this, for that, they need it.
Wonderful. So that will bring me to another question, still based on the invitation letter and the sponsorship letter. So let's say, for example, you've got two people. Maybe you've got a friend and then an auntie. So the auntie is accommodating you, but the friend or the sister is sponsoring you. So that means, can you provide these two letters from two different people?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you can. You should actually. You must.
Oh, okay. So that means that with this whole process, you can't have an invitation letter and a sponsorship letter from same person.
You can.
Okay.
You can have from the same person. You can have from different people. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Now let's move on to proof of funds and financial requirements, which is the main issue in this topic. So what's the minimum amount of money one should have in the account to apply for the standard visit visa?
Okay. So the thing is, the exchange rate keeps changing. So according to the exchange rate, you should have nothing less than, in my opinion, nothing less than £3,000.
Okay.
And that, for us at OASIS Travels, we actually guide you on how to ensure that this fund is well. Oh, sorry, my phone just fell down.
Don't worry. Please don't break the screen. We beg you. We need your information, or we beg.
Yes, ma'am. So yeah, like I was saying, what we do, we'll guide you on how to prepare your bank statement to make sure that it is visa application ready. Because some people, what they do is that they'll just go and look for that lump sum and just deposit it in the account before they apply for their visa.
Tell us more about that.
And it will get your visa
refused.
Refused.
Okay, so the main thing is not about having that minimum of £3,000 in your account.
No.
It's not like they just want to see that you have 3,000, but then it's more. Please tell us more.
Yes.
Tell us more about that.
There is more. You need to explain properly, and that's where we help you.
Okay. So I can see that Rationale is asking. Rationale, thanks so much for acknowledging my page. And Rationale is asking, is there any IT opportunity abroad? Yes, there are IT opportunities, but to be honest with you, I'm not sure about how to go about it if you want to come over from outside the UK. So don't worry, since you've mentioned it, it's something I'm going to look into. All right. Great. So anyway, we are still on the proof of funds. So how many months of bank statement is required? If you just joined in today, we are talking about how to apply for a UK visit visa to come over purposely for your NMC UK OSCE exam. The guest's life has paused. I'm sure maybe there is a call has come through. I guess you got a call, right? If you just joined in, guys, you're most welcome. If you've got any questions, you can pop it in the comment section. I'm just going through some questions with Stelz. OASIS. Stelz, what's your company name again?
OASIS Travels.
OASIS Travels. So we've got with us today one of the staff members of OASIS Travels who is taking us through the step-by-step guide how you can apply for a UK visit visa for your OSCE purposes. And I was saying that even if you want to apply for a visit visa, not for the OSCE purpose, but to come over for a visit to the UK, this information will help you too. So please stay tuned. If you've got any question at all, you can pop it in the comment section. Any question not based on this topic, but any of the live sessions that have come on with you guys, you can pop it in the comment section. With time, I'm going to allow you onto the guest seat. If you want to join us on the guest seat, you can just request for it and you can come sit with us on here. So I was asking how many months of bank statement is required?
Minimum of 3 months.
Of
3 to 6 months, yeah.
3 to 6 months. Okay, so I do understand why you mentioned you need some months to start, before the whole application process. So can a family member or sponsor support the trip? Which I think we've answered that already. If so, what proof do they need to provide if they want to sponsor?
Okay, so your parents, if it's your parents, you just need to provide your birth certificate and also perhaps a court affidavit where they state what they are doing for you, what they are providing for you. Yeah, that's basically it. And there's a letter of sponsorship.
Okay, so the letter of sponsorship proof that they are your parents, for example, that's the birth certificate and what exactly they are doing for you. Great. Wonderful. Let's move on. Nestana, I see you. Thanks for joining in, Nestana. Great. So let's move on to booking and planning the trip. Booking and planning the trip for the OSCE exam. This one is going to be your own, you are going to share nuggets from your own experience. How far in advance should you apply for the visit visa? There is one question I didn't ask, right? When we started, I wanted to ask, do you need, as part of the document you are going to present to the Home Office, do you need to add evidence of the OSCE booking? Is it a necessity?
Yes. It is very important because that is the major reason why you are going to the UK. That's your main purpose for the trip. So you need to add your OSCE booking receipt to your visa application. Yes.
Okay, because I do get some people getting in touch and they're like, I don't want to book. I haven't booked the exam yet because I haven't yet, gotten a visa. And I'm like, that means if you don't recommend anybody to apply for a visit visa if they haven't yet booked their OSCE exam.
It's not even possible. That's a straight refusal. You have to book your exam before applying for your visa because you have to attach your OSCE reservation receipt to your visa application. You have to state what date and time you are taking your OSCE and also the location where you are taking your OSCE.
Okay.
So it's important, yes.
Okay, so Choco Latina is saying, what about if a friend is sponsoring and not a parent?
If a friend is sponsoring, it is equally fine. You just need to prove your relationship to your friend. Get them to write a letter for you, a court affidavit, and all that documents you need from them.
So in terms of the friend, a parent, you are going to be submitting your birth certificate showing that they gave it to you. For the friend, what can you use apart from the letter they are given to prove that indeed that person is my friend?
Okay, so you can have like pictures or charts, from them, charts from way back, pictures you took together from way back. Yeah.
Okay, so with the non-family sponsor, is there a minimum number of years you should have been friends before you can be a sponsor to a friend? You get? I hope I'm being clear with my question. Okay, so if let's say for example we became friends yesterday, if somebody has met you today on this live session, you guys became friends today, we can I be a friend, can you sponsor the person with okay, we became friends last week?
So the thing for us at OASIS Travel is that we have to ensure that you have the right documents. And when I say this to say that even though you just met somebody yesterday, it cannot work, because for us, we have to make sure that you are submitting documents that would prove to the entry clearance officer that, okay, you are actually saying the truth. We don't want any doubt being casted in the minds of these people, because there are so many applications they have to get to.
Yeah.
You are not the only person applying for the visit visa. So make sure that whatever you are submitting is not something that would make them start questioning you, because any slightest doubt they have, they would refuse instantly.
So that means that if I have a friend who hasn't been a friend for that long, I should just forget about that person and think about self-sponsoring myself.
You have to provide a proof of relationship with this your friend. You should have chats. You should have something, pictures to show that, okay, we've been friends and my friend is helping me out. That is acceptable. You can't just say you started chatting yesterday. That's so
friends with benefits, isn't it? We became friends because I need a sponsorship letter from you. Definitely. So, how far in advance should you apply for the visit visa before your OSCE exam date?
Okay. So, actually, you can apply. You can apply anywhere like a month or two before. Why I say this is because no visa application is ever 100% guarantee. Anybody who tells you that is just lying to you and just wants to collect your money. What we do is to ensure that we present a very strong application to increase your chances of a successful application. Now, in the event where your visa gets refused and you have to cancel your OSCE exam, all OSCE centers require 3 weeks before the exam to cancel your exam. Before that,
you can get your money back.
If you want your
refund,
your exam fee refunded. So if you don't cancel 3 weeks before, your exam fee will not be refunded. So I usually advise people to make sure that they are submitting their visa application 2 or 3 months before their OSCE exam. And the reason is this: the visit visa application is before what's it called? Before you get a feedback, okay? 15 working days before a feedback is granted. So now, if after 15 working days, so that's one of the mistakes some people make. They would have like just few days or a week to their exam after that 15 working days. It is not realistic. You will not get your money back in case anything happens.
Yeah.
Yes. So you have to make sure that you have like 2 months. Yeah, like 2 months before your
The OSCE.
exam. Yes.
So, for example, if your OSCE is in September, then you should be applying for your visa in July.
Yes.
Okay.
You should be applying for your visa in July.
And for that
Just so that your visa gets refused, in the event it happens like that, you would have that required 3 weeks to cancel your exam in order for you to get. I've seen so many people lose their exam fee.
Oh dear.
They did not get their money refunded back to them because they could not cancel. They could not meet up with the cancellation deadline.
Yeah. So what I will also recommend is that if you are in the visa application process and you see that it's delaying, you can always reschedule the exam to a later date. Not just canceling it, because you can always push the date forward. So that in case you have to cancel it, you still have time for the cancellation. So Choco Latina is saying, please, do you have to explain the account details as well? Account details, as in the deposits and withdrawals. I don't know if
of course
sales. Okay.
Of course.
Okay.
Of course, we do that. We do all those explanations. It's required, yes.
Yeah. So guys, you definitely have to get in touch with.
Money is coming.
Yeah. At the end of the session, OASIS Travels will let you guys know how you can get in touch with them. And Rationale added on to Chocolatina's question and said, and also the source of the money. Of course, that's going to show in on the bank statement, isn't it? Sales, yeah. And there is a follow-up question. Chocolatina is saying, even if it's a business account, yes, of course, you need to be able to prove where the money, the source of the income. Very important.
Yeah.
You have to be able to explain that. So back to our questions here. What should one consider when booking accommodation in the UK? Again, as part of the document for applying for the visit visa.
Say that again.
So you are, if it happens that nobody is sponsoring you, you are self-sponsoring yourself when it comes to accommodation. You mentioned you need the evidence that you've pre-booked an Airbnb or a hotel or wherever you are going to live. You need to add that document to your visa application document. And I'm asking that what should one consider when booking accommodation for this purpose?
You have to consider the proximity of the accommodation to your exam center. That is very, very important. I've seen someone's visa being denied because of that purpose.
That was my next question. I was going to ask if the distance is too far, does that affect whether you are going to be successful with the visa application or not? And you've just, mentioned it. So please go on. Sorry.
Like I was saying, I've seen someone's visa who got refused for this reason.
Wow.
Her exam was in Northumbria, and she was going to be staying in, I think, Manchester or so. So it was stated that the distance is too far, and she did not explain. Those are little details.
So when you say she did not explain how she's going to transport herself from Manchester to North. Wow. So the thing needs to be very detailed though.
Huh?
Then that means that when you are applying for the visit visa, you need to explain everything.
Of course, you need to explain everything. Even though you are going to be staying far away, you need to explain how you are going to get to your exam center, things like that. Yeah. Because whoever is inviting you can be living anywhere in the UK and your center might not be close to their house. But you need to explain how you are going to get there, when you are going to get there. All these details matters.
Wow. You've done really well, girl. I have no idea how this whole applying for a visit visa to come over to ride the OSCEs and all of that. Because I went through the sponsorship route. So I didn't come in and had to go back and, all of that. You guys are doing really
You
well.
guys were the privileged ones.
Yeah, yeah, I would say so. I would say so. Chocolatina, you welcome. So Chocolatina says thank you for answering her question.
You're
Um
welcome.
so are there specific areas or cities in the UK where it's easier or cheaper to stay for the OSCE?
Hmm. Honestly, I don't know.
Mm,
I don't think so.
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
But it is a popular saying. When I got there, people were always saying
Mm.
London is expensive, blah blah
Yeah,
blah blah
yeah, yeah.
blah.
London is
They're saying that
expensive.
in the outskirts of London is
Mm,
cheaper. I don't know.
yeah.
I think
So yeah, the reason
but
why I
just
asked this was, distance from your accommodation to the OSCE center also counts in how successful your visit visa application is going to go. So I
yeah.
get people asking me, Josephine, can you please recommend a test center? And I'm like, there is no good or bad test center. You just need to check your
Absolutely.
proximity. And this questions I'm asking you has just brought this to me that maybe somebody will be looking at affordability. So maybe some of the questions is related to I need a test center where I can get cheaper accommodation. That's if they are sponsoring themselves. But then if you are able to explain the reason why you are living far, that far from your OSCE test center, then that's you are good to go. You are good to go. And you can explain how you are going to get there to the test center, then I'm sure you shouldn't have a problem. You shouldn't have a problem. So let's move on to challenges and mistakes to avoid when applying for the visit visa. What are some common mistakes people make during the visa application process?
Hmm. There's a lot of it.
Mhm,
There's a whole lot of mistakes anyone can make because in the beginning I said everybody's circumstance is different. So
yeah.
what some people do is that they'll just go and copy what their friends did and submit it like that. Meanwhile, your own circumstance is different from your friends. You know, your friend might be married and you're single.
Mhm,
Your friend might be unemployed and you are employed.
mhm.
Every single detail is being scrutinized. So
Okay.
you have to make sure. That is why you should have a professional
Mhm.
guide you through the process. That is just the honest truth. You need somebody to actually understand your circumstance and draw out a plan for your application process.
Okay.
It's not straightforward like that.
Okay. So in your journey of helping people, for how many years now have you guys been helping people with the application process?
We've been doing it for over a year now. Yeah.
Okay. So, in your over a year of doing this, have you guys experienced any visa rejection?
To the glory of God, we have not experienced any.
Wow. That's
We
amazing.
hope to continue that way, and that is why we do not treat any application with levity. We make sure that we take into consideration every single detail and put in a very strong application.
Wow. But then I'm
That
sure
is not saying that it cannot happen.
it cannot happen. Yeah. So I believe it's possible. Some people may come to you, have in the past come to you guys where they have done it elsewhere or themselves and they've been refused, and then they come to you guys for help, right?
Yeah, without many.
Oh dear. Hold on. Uh, I'm coming. Please hold on.
Okay.
I think something is happening here. think I should have popped a verification that I'm here, but then I didn't. Guys, if it happens that the live ends, don't worry, I'll start it all over again. I don't know. I think it popped on the screen, but then I didn't see it. I didn't see it when I'm not ready to end it. Okay. So, Stills, can you please, do you still hear me?
Yes, I can.
Good, good. So, let's quickly ask these questions before. So yeah, so I was asking, I'm sure some people come to you where they've had their visas refused, but then they come over to you to help them reapply again. What are some
Yeah.
of the? Can you share one, two, or three causes of those visa refusals?
Oh, we've had the most reasons I've seen um since I started this business, it's mostly financial reasons.
Oh, okay.
That's like the elephant in the room. Not
Mm.
financial reasons. And there are also reasons pertaining to accommodation.
Mhm.
There are reasons pertaining to what's it called again? There's so many reasons. There's so many reasons. People not showing or explaining their relationship to their sponsors,
Mhm.
things like that. Yeah.
Okay. So praise is asking, have they ever helped someone who was refused twice
Yes, we have complex, of course.
and
We
then
have,
it becomes successful?
yes.
Wonderful. Great.
Yeah.
Um have you heard of or experienced, oh dear, let's just skip that question. What would you recommend to improve one's chances of a visa approval?
I would recommend that you you see an expert,
Mm-hmm.
somebody who would guide you and put you through how to do it right and get it right the first time. That is my ultimate recommendation. Because it's not easy having your visa refused. Not once, not twice. No, it's not easy. The emotional trauma that comes with it. Some people would even want to give up and say, "Oh, I'm not trying again," because you've had all your hopes up. You've planned how you're going to travel, write your exam, get your pin, and then all of a sudden, it's like your dreams are crashing right before your eyes. Because your visa is being refused. So it's just better you get it right the first time by going to somebody that knows what they are doing.
Yeah. Guys, I want to remind you again, on the live, sometimes it pops up that an image pops up for you to tap on it to show that you are still on there. But then there is a problem. The image isn't loading well. So I've got the notification that the live will end in some few seconds, but then I'm going to pop back again on the live when I'm trying to report the problem, but it's just not going through. So when it ends, I'll come back again, and some of the questions here will be answered. And Praise Lee is asking again, how long should somebody who's how long should one wait to reapply again if they were refused?
Well, for that, it depends on the reason for the refusal.
Okay,
if the reason for your refusal is, let's say, financial reasons, then you have to correct it. You have to get that right before reapplying. If your reason for refusal is insufficient documentation, you can reapply almost immediately. Just make sure you get all those documents that were not there initially and reapply. So it just depends. It depends on the reason for refusal.
Yeah, guys on YouTube, we have to wait a little bit more to continue with the session. So please bear with me. I'm setting it up so I can get the guest back on the seat again. Setting it up to get the guest back again. Kindly bear with me, guys. Yeah, Paisley, it's good to have you back again. Yeah, so there was a technical issue, so the live abruptly went off, but so I had to start it all over again. Sorry about that. Um, let's get the guest back on the seat again. I'm going to get her back on the seat again. That's okay. Thank you. Okay, let's get her back on the seat. Yeah. So let's get Stella back onto the seat. Great. Yeah, Stella. So sorry about that. Yeah, so sorry about that. Yeah, so we were talking about how soon somebody can reapply for a refused visa. Stella, are you there? Stills?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah. So can we go back into how soon someone can reapply for a refused if their visas are refused? How they can how soon they can reapply?
Okay, so it depends on the reason for the refusal.
Mm.
Every refusal, every UK refusal comes with a refusal letter. And in that letter, the reason for the refusal is stated. If the reason for your refusal is inadequate documentation, you don't have enough documents to support your application, then you can reapply almost immediately. You get your international passport back. You can just make sure you get all those other documents that were not submitted in the initial application, and then go ahead and do another application and make sure that everything is complete. Then you can submit. But if the reason is due to financial reasons, which is mostly the reason why people get refused, then you might need to wait and make sure you get your bank statement in order before reapplying. You have to correct that mistake, and it might take some months to correct it before reapplying.
Months.
Yes.
Months. Wow. Wonderful. So
for some people, sorry to say, I know it is quite devastating when you get that refusal letter. Some people just want to reapply immediately. They just want to do it again.
Yeah.
No, you have to calm down. You really need to calm down. I know how it feels. You need to calm down to make sure that you get it right the second time, because after the second time, it might be quite difficult, Okay.
So what would you recommend to improve one's chances of, getting a successful application?
Like I said, getting somebody who knows a lot about it to help you is my absolute recommendation, because a visit visa application is quite technical. Your circumstance is different. I've been singing this. Your circumstance is different from every other person, and you just need somebody to understand you as a person and to understand how best to put in your application. So it is recommendable that you make sure that you get you get your acts together, you get all your documents complete, and you have someone to show you how to go about it, rather than going and doing it blindly and getting refused.
Okay. So yourself, when you were applying for yours, did you use an agency? Did somebody help you?
The first time I did not use anybody, and I got refused. That was an eye opener to me.
Okay, so you are a living testimony of getting somebody.
I cried. It was like my whole world was crashing.
Oh dear.
I cried. So I would absolutely not recommend that to anybody.
I get you.
In fact, it is better. It is way better to get it right the first time. Okay. Just have somebody put you through. It's better that way.
So here, my next set of questions is, the thing is, you are here as a visit visa coach, but you have gone through the process. You have come over to the UK to write your OSCE exam on a self-sponsorship route. So I would want to add these questions to it. What should candidates expect when they arrive in the UK for the OSCE exam?
What should they expect? First, for me, I went there during winter, and the cold was it shocked me.
Even though you knew the country is going to be cold, it was shocking.
So you have to understand the weather, and just to make sure that you dress appropriately for the weather, and also mode of transportation. Oh my Jesus. You need to know how to move around in the UK. It's not like in Nigeria where you can just go out at any time. You get you just get a taxi at your own time. Over there, everything is pre-programmed. So you need to understand how the system works there.
Especially if you are using the buses, because it's timed. If you miss it, you've missed it. You have to wait for the next time.
You have to spend more for an Uber.
Yeah, and especially this session is basically focusing on those who are coming in to write their exam. So you need to get your timing right. Otherwise, you are going to miss your train, you are going to miss your bus, and it will affect your exam as well. On your way to the exam center. Any tips for preparing and staying focused before the OSCE? Any tips? Do you have any tips for people to in preparation for the OSCE, as well as staying focused on the exam?
Yeah. So what I've noticed so far is that this whole visa application process takes away a lot of time from applicants.
Mm-hmm.
They are going about thinking of how to get all their documents right, how to apply for the visa and all of that. It takes away their time and their focus. They should be focusing on preparing for the exam. So I would recommend get somebody to help you with that, so that you can put in all your attention and your focus into practicing for your OSCE exam, because it's not cheap. The OSCE exam is not cheap.
Yes,
the exam fee itself is expensive. The whole travel expense, it's not cheap. So it's not something you want to go and write and fail. People fail. People have to go back to write, some stations. You don't want that to happen. So it's better you take this visa application thing off your desk, so that you can focus fully on preparing for your OSCE examination.
Wonderful.
So that's
wonderful. It. So that said, I'll say that again, you guys should do well to join my Telegram community. There on Telegram, there is lots of support for you. If any stage you are in your UK NMC registration process, if it's your CBT stage, if it is your OSCE stage, if it is, you are done with your OSCE, you've gotten your PIN, you need support with job application or interview preparation, there are pages in my Telegram community to help you with that. How are you going to get onto my Telegram community? you can find it in the description section. The links to my Telegram page is in the description section of all my YouTube videos. You'll find my YouTube video link, my YouTube channel link in my TikTok bio. Click on it, go onto my YouTube channel, watch the videos. There are lots of videos there for you. OSCE preparation videos, NMC UK registration process videos. My YouTube channel is packed. So please go on there. Or if you want to go straight to YouTube to search for my page, it is Josephine Greatness TV. The name, just as you see on my TikTok profile, Josephine Greatness, add TV to it and enjoy yourself. There are lots of videos there for you. So, and again, if you feel you need, support with your OSCE preparation too, you can leave a message in the Telegram, on the Telegram page, and we will take it from there. I sometimes give support to those who need it, but then there is an OSCE page where you can get all the support that you need from. So back to you, Stella. Let me ask this question. So what happens after passing the OSCE? Can you switch? Of course, you have to switch over from the visit visa to a skilled worker visa to be able to live and work in the UK. How is that process? Can you talk a little bit about that? Switching from the visit visa over to the skilled worker visa.
Okay, so the thing is, after passing your OSCE, you have to search for a job, even though you have been searching for a job before the exam itself. You have to get a job. When you get a job, you have to travel back to your country. With or without a job, you have to travel back to your country.
Because you're on a visit visa.
You have to travel back to your country and then reapply for a skilled worker visa when you get a job and a certificate of sponsorship. Mm-hmm. Then you apply for a skilled worker visa and then go back to the UK.
Great. So with a skilled worker visa application, do you recommend as well people to get, somebody like your company, for example, to help them in applying for it? Or what's your recommendation to that?
So far, we've not done skilled worker visa applications. We only do visit visa applications.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Are there any trusted? Anyway, this question is I'm just reframing it. I was about asking if there are any trusted agencies where you can recommend to book OSCEs, but then I'm just talking about it. If you need OSCE support, just join my Telegram page and channel, and you get all the support you need. So how can people find you? How can people get in touch with OASIS Travels?
Yes, we have a Telegram group, and also I have my WhatsApp line is open. I don't know if I can post it here or.
Yeah, so you can pop not number, because TikTok doesn't allow that. So you can just pop the name of your company in the comment section. Are you guys on TikTok?
No, we are not.
Okay, so on TikTok, how can people? They can just DM you on this profile, right? Stairs.
I'm actually new on TikTok, so I don't have enough followers, so I'm new on TikTok.
Okay, so this I'm going to ask you because I'm sure people would want to know. There are people on YouTube who wants to know as well. So what are your charges?
Okay, so for now, we are very, very much affordable for fresh applications. We charge £55 for fresh applications.
Amazing.
And for previously refused visas, we charge £80.
Okay. So that means that if it's a previously refused one, it's more expensive than the.
Yeah, that's a little bit more expensive than the fresh application, because with that one we have to work, twice as hard.
Okay. So I'm sure people are going to come to you from this live session. Do they get a discount?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
If you are coming to me on this live section, for the sake of our community here, there's going to be a code that you can just, use that code and let me know you are from this live session, and you will get a discount.
Okay.
Yes.
So guys, I'm going to pop a code in the comment section for you. When you get in touch with OASIS Travels, use that code. The code is JOG25. All right. Let her know that you were on this live session, Josephine Greatness live session, and you've come. So she should give you that 10% discount for it's JOG25. Okay, that is the code. Go get your 10% discount from OASIS Travels. And for you to get onto the Telegram page, OASIS Travels has a Telegram page where you can join to get all the support you need. So I'm going to pop it. So if you are here, you definitely have to go onto YouTube to watch the replay of this live session. I'll leave the link. You share the link with me. I'll leave it in the description section of the replay of this video on YouTube. You click on it to join the OASIS Travels Telegram page, because OASIS, I've seen that you were trying to pop the Telegram page here. TikTok doesn't allow links on here. Yeah. So I'll pop it in the description section of the replay on YouTube. Your final words. Your final words.
So finally, I would urge everyone who is on this journey to keep pressing on. It is achievable. It is possible. Do not give up, and make sure that you are following people who actually knows the way. Yes.
Wonderful.
Make sure that you follow people who, like they say from my side, we say follow who know road.
Yes, sir.
Don't do it blindly. It is better you do it right the first time.
Yeah, it's better you do it right than going to hate
is there for you.
Yeah.
So
OASIS Travels,
they help you through the process.
Amazing.
Every step of the way.
Amazing. So that means you hold people's hands until they have gotten their visa.
Of course.
You just don't leave them along the way. That is wonderful. No. So guys, you can get in touch with OASIS Travels after this live session. Go on to my YouTube channel. You can find the channel link in my TikTok bio. Those on YouTube, when we are done with this session, the replay will be available. I'll add the Telegram page link of OASIS Travels in the description section of this replay. So you can click on it, join them, and allow them to help you. Allow OASIS Travels to help you. If you've got any question, you can join the guest seat or you can pop it in the comment section, and we are happy. OASIS Travels is here. She's happy to answer you. I was about saying something. What was I gonna say? Yeah. So tomorrow is the start of a new week. So we are not going to be, I don't want to use the word waste. We are not going to spend too much time here. We started at 5 and we are almost 2 hours So if you just joined in today, we talked about the step-by-step guide, how you can apply for a UK visit visa to go over to the UK to write your NMC OSCE exam. Great. So if you just joined, that's just what we've been talking about. And I've got here in the guest seat with me Stels, who is part of OASIS Travels, and they help people, they assist you, they support you in the visit visa application process. And I've asked her, she's mentioned that they haven't, since they started supporting people with it, they have never encountered a visit visa refusal yet. So you are in good hands. You are in good hands. They are going to support you. They are going to help you know what exactly you need to put together for a successful visa application. Again, I'll put the disclaimer there that I am not an immigration advisor, neither is my guest an immigration advisor. We are sharing information. She has come over to the UK to write her OSCE. She is a midwife herself, so she's shared her life experience and what she is able to support people to achieve. That is what she's shared. So if you need legal advice, make sure you are getting a legal an immigration advisor to help you with that. Guys, it is still Josephine Greatness, your midwife. Tomorrow is Monday, and I'll be coming back on a live session to talk about how you can migrate to Finland, to Luxembourg, to Saudi Arabia, Australia. There is a lot in the pipeline for you all. So please stay tuned. Watch out for the dates and the timings of all these live sessions, and make sure you are following the Your Midwife series, where I'm sharing nuggets information. Right now, we are on season 1, episode 6. We're talking about pregnancy. We've talked about basic overview of pregnancy types, signs. And when you see those posts, make sure you are sharing it with any woman, any man. If you are a man, you've got women in your life, share it with them, because these basic information, if we've got it, if people have it, it will help a lot, prevent some complications, and some morbidity and mortality rate can be reduced. So please do share it. And I appreciate you. Thank you, Sales, for your time.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. So, guys, today, this is the end of it. I'm going to say bye to you. If you don't have any questions for Sales or OASIS Travels, I'm going to end the live now. If you've got any question, you want to join the guest seat, do well to climb up and join. If not, I'm going to give about Sales. Can we give till 2 minutes more? Let's see if any question will pop up. If nothing pops up, then we will call it a day. We will call it a day. Yeah. So if you've got any other ways you want to add on Sales, we are happy to listen.
I think we've said pretty much everything.
Yeah. Yeah. Today is unfortunate. The live had to end and then start all over again. Those on YouTube, I'm going to say a big thank you for staying around. This is the end of it for today. Make sure you watch the replay if you just joined in. It is still Josephine Greatness on Josephine Greatness TV. Today we've talked about the step-by-step guide, how you can apply for your visit visa to the UK to write your OSCE exam. Thank you so much for joining in. Until we meet again in my next live session, in my next video, it is bye bye. Wonderful.